Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to RAYGO Reactions. I completely messed up, but that's the beauty about rock and roll. You keep those mishaps in. Boys and girls, how is everybody doing? I'm excited today because the other day I reacted to a band called Chicago, and I'll be honest, I really didn't have a clue who they were, and I wasn't even expecting any of you guys to really know who they were. How ignorant of me, because you guys came back in the comments like, Joe, Chicago is huge in America. Now, a couple of you guys were saying, to be fair, they're not that well known in England. Now, I'm from England, so I thought I was quite knowledgeable on my history of bands. In fact, I'll be honest, I thought I was quite knowledgeable before I started this channel, but I did hear a couple people mentioning bands and songs that I'd never heard of, and that was partly the reason I set this channel up, was to broaden my horizon. And Chicago, again, I wasn't expecting it, but it got like 7,000 views, and that's good to me, so I was like, okay. Now, a couple of you were saying that you were happy I chose the version I did. However, one of our subscribers by the name of Ralph has actually requested for me to react to the same song, however, Leonid and Friends 25 or 6/4 version. Now, he said, in some ways you'll probably like the Chicago Tanglewood, but in other ways you'll prefer this. So we're going to listen to the same song, but a different version by another band. It's a cover. I like covers because people put their own spins on it, and sometimes they do stuff to it that I think can be better. It's rare, but even if they don't do something better with it, they put a twist on it, and it's always nice to hear different versions. Now, guys, before we get into this, if you want to if you want me to react to a song of your choice, follow the link in the description below. Without further ado, let's get into this. See, this is very clean, so I like to hear these versions. That was cold, I can't lie. You know what? Again, I'm happy I've been sent this version, Ralph, because it is nice to, like, even though the other version was cool and it's authentic and it's the OG, I can hear the song better on this because it's obviously produced better. And on the other version, well, the original by Chicago, I wasn't really feeling the brass, I'll be honest. I don't think the brass was shining in that. Maybe it's because it just wasn't mic'd up properly, but it seemed a bit sloppy, the brass, and I actually said on the reaction, I think it could have done without it. However, on this, I'm seeing why it was put on the song, because Chicago had a vision. They clearly knew what they were doing. It does work. The brass does work, and I ain't that big on brass, like jazz type, but it actually does sound very good. And the harmonies, okay.
Should I
He loves it! Mate, there was a couple things there that were sick. See, that brass is doing bits. I'm feeling that brass. The fact that it was creating that crescendo, those semitones that were going, oh, it was working. I bet that must feel so good to be the guitar player in that situation, because there's nothing that gets you more hyped than when you hear the build going like, wait a minute. What key is this in then? Right, I think it's an A minor, yeah. But when you hear that, I can't even say it right now because I'm too overwhelmed. But one of the guitar parts that he did, I recognised it on the original. I don't know if he was playing it to the exact. You guys let me know in the comments. I need to go back and watch Chicago because I only watched it once. But he did do one thing that I recognised the other guy did. He was holding on to something. Let's go back a bit, guys. It was too sick. I need to quickly go back. It was before that. Recognize these bits. Oh, sucker! Listen to that brass. Listen to the drummer. Listen to the brass. How they do something. So yeah, it's in A minor. Apologies, but I realise I'm in E flat. But it's like, oh my god. I'm not trying to do what they're doing. I'm just. Hold up, guys. Honestly. Listen to where the brass do something, yeah? I'm trying to do two things at once. I'm too hyped up. I am not worthy. Put that down. I'm not worthy of that. But you know, when you're a guitar player, you get the itch. You feel like you have to pick it up. Put it down. Right, watch how the brass do some little lick, and then the drummer copies the lick of what the brass do. Yo!
Feeling like I ought to sleep. Spinning room is sinking deep. Searching for something to say. Waiting for the break of day. 25 or 6 to
That was cold. Okay, I don't even know where to begin, you know. Like, I suck. I suck. After watching that. Right, let's just focus on one section that I thought was cool. And it was with the trumpet. And it was like doodle-doodle-doo. So it was like when the trumpet did that, like it does it so quickly. Like doodle-doodle-doo. And then the so that's what the saxophone I think's doing. But the trombone's going, which is cool. Like, so, like, hold on. Guys, I suck. But I'm, so you got the saxophone goes, so, do you know the part I'm on about? Of course you do. The saxophone goes like this, and then the trombone instantly goes, which makes this like sick sound. See, isn't it funny? Even though the guitar was godly, I found the brass actually entertaining on that. Like, it worked. It just goes to show, doesn't it? Like, even performance can change your view on something. Like, the Chicago version was just pure rock and roll. But when you really hear it produced, this has made me think now. I should really react to the original studio song, shouldn't I? I mean, reacting to the same song for the third time, I'll do it. You guys let me know. But I feel like I need to react to the studio version because it's cool as... By the way, I prefer live performances more. It's more authentic, it's cool. But when you listen to the studio version, you hear how the band wanted the audience to perceive the music. So I think it's always cool to listen to the studio version just to see, this is our stamp. We want the masses to hear this. So I think I'm going to have to listen to the studio version because, again, I ain't into jazz. This is like rock jazz in a way. But that was cold. Ralph, cool suggestion, mate. Guys, if you want to request a song of your choice, follow the link in the description below. Let me know in the comments what you want me to do. Like this video, share it, click that hype button. But last but not least, guys, I've got a brand new song by my band, RAYGO Bloom, coming out this Friday. I'm going to leave you with the trailer. And if you like the trailer, then you can pre-save the song pinned in the comments below. It would be a huge favor for you to do for me if you did that. Here's the trailer. Peace.
I am speaking to you from the cabinet room at 10 Downing Street. This morning, the British ambassador in Berlin handed the German government a final note stating that unless we heard from them by 11 o'clock, that they were prepared at once to withdraw their troops from Poland, a state of war would exist between us. I have to tell you now that no such undertaking has been received, and that consequently this country is at war with Germany.